Что ж, пора доложить.
You've given us a victory that will be remembered for years to come. Escorting you to the causeway is the least that we can do. Are you ready to go?
Yes, let's head to the causeway.
Что ж, нас доставили к вершине. Здесь мы уже бывали ранее. Но по заданию нам нужно сейчас вернуться в город, скорее всего. Снова этот мир между порталами, никому неизвестный. Ох ты. Все никак не привыкну к этому мосту. Так, а что это в центре? Пока что... А, это у нас сохранение, отлично. Очень удобно. Остался где-то один портал, судя по всему, в котором я еще не был. Неужели игра настолько короткая? Так, наконец-то мы в фортеции.
We've had rumors of another battle. Is it true? Jane Cassinda's army retreating in disarray?
She is beaten. The only misfortune is that Jane herself survived.
And Rosalind, what did you think of her? Worthy to wear the crown or no?
She's young and soft-hearted. With guidance, she could become strong.
I think that bodes well for us. Strength can be learned. Empathy and compassion cannot.
What about our proposal? Does she favor the Legion?
Rosalind agreed to an alliance. She and Devonsey gave their word.
Well done. But that's not all, is it? The news can't all be good.
Jane Cassinda is the daughter of the old king. She told me herself. You never knew?
I always thought that was just a rumor. This changes things.
If Jane Cassinda is the old king's daughter, then she has a claim to the throne. Probably thinks it's her right.
Better to strike now while she's off balance. Still reeling from her loss at Glitterdale.
Jane must have a stronghold, and it's probably well guarded. We need an army of our own. What forces can we raise quickly enough before Jane has a chance to recover?
Stonebridge can field an army of automatons if need be. If we can seal an alliance with them, they might be willing to help us against...
That's another reason to win the Meister's support.
The Meisters have always avoided taking sides. No profit for them, getting embroiled in a war.
I agree. Our chances may be slim, but it's still worth a try.
Ох ты, опять уровень, как быстро. Что на этот раз? Роза с шипами, черный пес, в принципе, все уже прокачано. Чем я еще часто пользуюсь? Возьмем по разу розу с шипами. А, это урон чисто будет отражать, тогда нет, будем прокачивать урон. Вот так вот. Так, отталкивать противника очень, в принципе, полезно. 5 могущества при нанесении крита. Не знаю, один раз, возможно, потом вкачаю этот навык. Интересно посмотреть, сколько урона наносится. Так, здесь я барьер прокачиваю. Отлично. Вот это. Это очень нужно, чтобы всех с ног сбивать. Так, теперь бежим к мастерам. Мне всегда казалось, что они торговцы. Так, это у нас DLC. Пока что не будем его трогать, нужно закончить основной сюжет. Богатый горожанин. Пока что квестов я тут не видел. Может быть, еще все впереди. Какие-то гоблины бегают. Да, я пройду. Нужен, вот. Стрелять мы здесь не можем, значит ящики и бочки не поломать нам. Какая здесь охрана вообще? С пулеметами. Рудольф, давай поторгуем. Сначала весь хлам продадим. Что у тебя есть интересного? Ружье. Минус 70 к атаке. Уже сразу отпадает. Какая-нибудь броня, возможно. Так, вот это уже хорошая вещь. Минус вампиризм, но шанс оглушения есть. Давай тоже возьмем. А для меня, к сожалению, ничего путнего. Ладно. Первая вещь и вторая. Все, отлично. Стали чуточку сильнее. А то в прошлой битве моя напарница все-таки упала, что было очень для меня неожиданно. Так, нам хоть сюда идти-то? Да, все верно. Зал мастеров. Кто такой Крак?
Half a minute there. You came from the chapter house, did you not? Tell me, is it true? Has the Legion returned?
Only a few of us, but yes, we've reclaimed the old chapter house.
Ha! Let them laugh at me now. Meister Wolf, with his silly dreams of radiant children and prophecies of the Legion's return.
You had a dream of a golden-haired child? A boy?
Precisely so. Not a fortnight past. I dreamt that I saw a golden-haired boy standing at my bedside. He bade me get up and follow him.
You saw the radiant youth? Are you descended from the Legion?
Wish I were, but no. My father was a merchant, and his father as well. If I'd had any Legion blood, I dare say I'd have been killed with the rest of them 30 years back.
Tell me the rest of your dream.
The boy led me through the city square, then up to the chapter house gate. Only, it wasn't dark and abandoned, as it's been for so long. It was clean and bright. Lion banners snapping in the breeze. Gates open wide, as if expecting the Legion's return. Then I awoke, and there I was, standing in my underclothes, in the middle of the street, gawking at the ruins of the chapter house. A child's idea of a joke, I dare say. Still, I knew it was more than a dream.
I'm here to address the Meisters. We want to propose an alliance against Jane Cassinder.
An alliance? That'll be tricky business. I can force them to give you a hearing, at least. I'll warn you, though, they're scared. Scared of Jane Cassinder and her armies. Scared that we'll lose our republic if she takes the city by force. And scared of other things, too.
The Meisters are scared of something else. Something inside the city?
No, forget I spoke of it. The other Meisters will know you've been talking to mad old Wolf with his secrets and conspiracies, and that won't win you any friends on the council.
Да-да.
I'm ready to address the Meisters.
Capital. I shall go on ahead and announce you. We'll await you inside.
О, уже одна поддержка из 3 есть, отлично. Давайте обратимся к совету.
Gentlemen and goblins, order! Council recognizes the envoy from the 10th Legion.
Meister Wolf tells us that you propose an alliance. A grave matter indeed. Perhaps our colleague forgot to emphasize how deeply we value our neutrality.
A war with Jane Cassinder would risk the very life of our republic. What do we gain by siding with the Legion?
The royal army is destroyed. It's only a matter of time before Jane Cassinder turns against you. Let us help protect your city.
A fair point. We are reasonable fellows, and we know that Jane Cassinda looks upon Stonebridge with covetous eyes. Nonetheless, you can understand why some in the city might fear the Legion's return.
Countless legionnaires were murdered in our streets. People might think that you've come to seek revenge.
Just how many of you turned against the Legion? Surely Meister Wolf took no part.
We cannot all be Sigismund Wolf. Everyone remembers how he ran about the square, trying to put himself between Jane Cassinda and the Legionnaires.
Got himself trampled by her horse for his trouble. Very honorable conduct. A credit to his fine old name.
Hear, hear.
But understand, those were different times. The Legion were said to be kingslayers. Many did things that they now regret.
We won't punish a whole city for the actions of a few. If you did nothing wrong, you have nothing to fear.
Don't you want to find the killers? Why not let the Legion help?
How can I put this? Your words don't precisely put our fears to rest.
Nonsense. The Legion is no threat. There's far more dangerous things in this city, if you would only open your eyes.
Ah, our colleague again speaks of the dapper old gent, no doubt.
Indeed, sir, I do. You think that the trouble in the foundry is not the work of the gent?
Что это за франт?
The gent? Who is he?
Our nemesis, our tormentor, his retribution in mortal guise.
Meister Wolf, let us not turn aside from the matter at hand. We owe the Legion our vote.
No, wait. That hardly seems fair. Force a vote now, and it will assuredly go against the Legion. I propose a recess. Let us each speak privately to the Legionnaires, so that we can reach an informed and impartial judgment.
Грязипрюх, вот это имя.
Sounds like a reasonable idea. We agree.
Indeed, well spoken, Meister Mudgutter. Any objections? None? Council declares a recess. We shall reconvene after the Legion envoy has spoken to each of my esteemed colleagues, and all are prepared to render a judgment.
Сейчас мы их от франта, я надеюсь, избавим, и они встанут на нашу сторону.
Ah, so the Legion has come looking for my vote. These are perilous times. An entangling alliance is hardly prudent. But I forget my manners. I am Rorik Castle, City Meister and Factor of the Ironmongers.
In the council meeting, Wolf said something about the foundry. Is that your responsibility?
Ah, yes. That is our responsibility. The foundry is the wellspring of our city's prosperity. We keep the economy in motion, and we are the drumbeat of progress.
Your guild is obviously important. We need friends like you, and we're willing to prove our goodwill.
If you wish to be of service, there is a certain problem that requires attention. The foundry is presently overrun. It's the blasted Cyclopses. They were docile workers for years, but something in them snapped, and they've brought the foundry to a standstill.
Why would they do this? Do you have any idea?
None at all. But I'm not involved in the day-to-day supervision of their work. Speak to my foreman, Mr. Snell, at the foundry. He will explain our predicament in greater detail.
Такое чувство, что он что-то не договаривает.
Yes. I was wondering when you'd come and harass me. No doubt you're here to solicit my vote for your organization.
Let's get right to the point. What can the Legion do to earn your support?
Well, you could help me alphabetize court documents, but a better use of your talents would be to help me with an investigation. Normally, I'd have Wolf handle the situation, but it happens to involve a sizable degree of danger, and Wolf is too important to risk.
If this is the price of your support, I accept. Just tell me what you need.
So, the matter at hand. We've had numerous reports of masked individuals hauling automatons into the crypts under the city. Whatever their aim, they are slowly eroding our defenses, and that is intolerable, especially with Jane Cassinda and her army on the loose. If someone was to enter the crypts and purge them of these criminals, I would owe that person a favor.
Consider it done. We'll be back when we've dealt with these criminals.
Well then, if you keep your word, I shall do the same and cast my vote in support of the Legion. Good day.
Получается, охрану в городе можно просто взять, выключить и унести. Очень смешно.
Greetings, Legionnaire. If you've come to win my vote, don't bother. My mind is made up. Stonebridge will have no entangling alliances. So that's that. Now, if you need some little task to occupy your time, or if you have a question, perhaps I can be of service.
Why are you so eager to dismiss the Legion?
I trust the Legion. What I don't trust is this city. It has a dark history with the Legion. Some doors should remain closed. Personally, I wish you great success in restoring the Legion, but I don't feel my vote for you is in the best interest of Stonebridge.
Какие у него глазища большие.
Are you sure there's nothing we can do to win your vote?
At the moment, no. But worry not, I'm sure the other Meisters will vote for you if you sate their self-interested needs. Now, I do have a task or two for you. It's not going to win over my vote, but I would find a way to repay your efforts. Long ago, the Legion served as the mediator of first and last resort. When an argument ran out of control, the Legion offered counsel.
That's all? I thought you might have wanted us to slay something for you.
Your first task is to handle a situation with a prisoner of ours, a Krug. He has no crimes charged against him, but his fate is disputed. Many argue he's safer in prison. Others want him free. He's here in the Meister Hall's jail. Make your inquiries there, then tell the automaton who presides over the jail what you've decided. It's hardly dragon slaying, but if you're true to the Legion, you'll have time for small matters. Go on now, I've got work to do.
Кто такой Крак? Заберу-ка я его себе. Что у нас там по поручениям? Начнем как раз таки с Крага. Посредники не то, забастовка, банда воров. Получить 3 голоса. А, вот, вопрос о Краге. Куда бежать? Столько болтовни после этого. Прошлого задания у нас ждет впереди. Так, что здесь стойка с оружием? Оп. Что-то героическое я нашел. Давайте посмотрим. Ловкость плюс 50, но атака упадет очень сильно, так что в топку это дело. Хочу туда.
Welcome to the Stonebridge jail. Do you have business with the...
I'd like to speak to the Krug prisoner. Fiddlewick asked me to appraise the situation and determine the Krug's fate.
Very well. It is Meister Fiddlewick's prerogative to entrust such decisions to strangers rather than automated constables with decades of experience. Please note that the Krug has been imprisoned for its own safety. It is highly unpopular with citizens, especially those who own pitchforks.
Это что, он пошутил так?
How did you wind up behind these bars?
Krr. Krr.
Can you understand what I'm saying?
Krr. Ah, yes. Sorry about that. I've been having a terrible bout of phlegm lately. Yes, I can understand you perfectly. Why wouldn't I? Just promise me you won't do that thing where you talk slower and louder. Krr. That never works.
Where did you learn to talk like that?
From my mother. Krr. Before she abandoned me.
I guess when your son looks like a hideous monster, maternal compassion withers.
People seem to think you're a Krug. Why haven't you said something and corrected the situation?
I'm tired of being harassed and assaulted. This time I decided I'd let them think I'm a monster and keep me locked up. I've thought about getting out of here, but I have nowhere to go. I'm content to just stay here and daydream.
I have to decide whether you stay or go free.
Well, I suppose I've committed no crime, unless being hideous is illegal. But if it's all the same to you, I'm safe here. Let them go on thinking I'm a Krug. It won't hurt my feelings. If you let me go, have someone escort me out of the city at least.
Так ты сидеть хочешь или выйти?
I'd like to speak to the Krug prisoner, Fiddlewick at...
Very well. It is Meister Fiddle. Please note that the Krug has been imprisoned for
Do you want to go free? Are you being treated well?
Sorry about that. Seems the rattle in my lungs gets worse every year. You were asking about my treatment here? Just fine, thank you. The automated constable here tends to my comestibles and keeps away the rabble.
You're pretty well spoken for a Krug.
A Krug? Yeah, I guess that's what people think I am. I'm human. Just some ill twist of fate made me hideous and homely.
If you're not a Krug, why are you locked up?
I'm tired of being harassed and assaulted. This time I decided I'd let them think I'm a monster and keep me locked up.
Это я уже слышал.
I have to decide whether you...
Well, let them go on thinking I'm a Krug. It won't hurt my feeling.
Ну, раз хочешь сидеть, так сиди, ладно.
Welcome to the Stonebridge chair.
I've come to a
I will enact whatever outcome you deem appropriate. Please enunciate carefully.
He should stay in the cell until space is needed. The locals will just try to kill him.
Very well. The Krug will remain in protective custody. Your innovative solutions clearly surpass the abilities of automated constables. Thank you.
It's safe in here.
I wasn't certain that the Legion had truly returned, but after witnessing your resolution of the plight of the oppressed Krug proletariat, it caused a great imbalance in my sanguine humors. Fairly had me bursting with them. Now then, we have much to accomplish. Shall we get started?
What do you mean by we have much to do? Who exactly are you?
Yes, we. First person plural, in this case collective. I could lend you this excellent book on grammar, but wait, I'm forgetting my manners. I am Reinhard Manx, scholar, inventor, and sartorial adventurer. I have degrees in advanced thaumaturgical studies and non-Goblinian geometry. Naturally, I also have a grounding in the classics, but more importantly to you, I am descended from the Grand Mage Merrick, a legionnaire through and through.
That would make him the last of Merrick's line. He must have great potential as a mage.
Well, needless to say, it's been my dream to reunite with other children of the 10th Legion. Second only to the dream of a thaumaturgical waistcoat that can change its color and cut to match the latest season's fashions.
If you have Legion blood, why didn't you join us at the gathering?
Oh, you mean the invitation calculated to lure all the Legion descendants into one place? You must be joking. That was obviously a trap. One would have to be suicidal, or at least a great buffoon, to walk into that sort of setup. Oh my, do forgive me. I should have realized. I meant no offense. But in any case, no, I regretfully declined when that letter arrived.
We need everyone in the Legion to join forces. Are you with us?
Am I with you? Does the thaumaturgical constant Q trend towards infinity for given values of the human soul? The answer is yes, by the way. The Legion needs to stand together, lest we fade into memory. So without further ado, let's be off.
Веселый мужичок. О, новое достижение. Имя нам Легион. Что ж, очередная миссия закончена. болтать не надоело, хочу кого-нибудь уже пострелять. Так что пойдем за похитителями автоматов охотиться. Попутно сейчас сохранимся и на выход. В магазине я уже был, там ничего интересного. А, тут есть еще один магазин. Старый франт отыскивается, это мы уже знаем. Он у нас будет следующий на очереди после бандитов. Так, торговец, что у тебя есть? Так, по характеристикам все не очень хорошее. И все зелененькое. Так. Ловкость, выносливость при этом выше. Ничего себе, шмотка. Защита, правда, минус 10. Но я ее все же возьму. Так, атака минус 38. Это мы не будем брать. А, вот этот маг теперь может к нам еще присоединиться в качестве напарников. Но я его тоже использовать не буду. Вроде бы и денег много, 45 тысяч, но на самом деле будет дорогая вещь в магазине, она улетит просто в мах. Так, вот так сделаем. Корсет поменяли, а внешне он фактически такой же. По крайней мере, со спины. Я хочу выйти.
Not so fast, Legionnaire. None shall pass this gate without the express authorization of the wise and beneficent Meisters of Stonebridge.
We're going to the crypts of the sacred blood at Meister Madgatter's request.
I see. More soldiers of fortune to clean up the crypts of the sacred blood. I was instructed to let you pass. It must be very pleasant in the crypts. Everyone who has entered them decides to stay there permanently.
Эти роботы мне нравятся больше и больше. Но как же их могли похитить, если они такие умные и с чувством юмора? Не представляю, что же за бандиты нам встретятся. Так, еще один торговец. Сколько ж вас здесь? Что есть у тебя? Колечко. Будто бы у меня кольца совсем не одеты. Странно. Так. Что тут есть? Ловкость плюс это минус 72 аж. Так, ладно. Зеленые вещи это не есть хорошо. А мы практически уже на месте, я так думаю.